Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. In this video, I'm going to be going over the 4 generations of the Roblox catalog, as I like to put it. Tomorrow is the new year, so I decided to, go over the Roblox catalog, see how it changed over time, and see how it might be in the future. So yeah, let's get started. So the first generation of the Roblox catalog was, back in the day, the classic Roblox catalog, how it was back then. Back in the day, they were very community involved. They asked the community, what do you want back on sale? What do you want to go limited? What do you want this and what do you want that? They were very community involved. They really paid attention to what the community wanted, to what they were interested in, and that was really good. We were able to get sales that had items that we were excited about, sales that had items that we've really wanted for a long time. So that was really good. They had community involvement, which was really important at that time. So yeah, a major difference is, let's just go over here. And also, as you can see, most of these are all in the same year, 2013, and all the way up to here. There's like 8 polls on sales in the 1 year. That's like a lot of community involvement. They asked, what do you want on sale? And they asked many questions about how they can make the sale the best sale it can be. So that's pretty cool. I really like that from them. From this one, it says that more than 30 items will either go back on sale, limited, or debuted as a brand new item. That's a big difference from sales like a year ago. Like last year, like Black Friday, they had like 80 plus or 60 plus. They had many more items available in the most recent years, but in the past, there weren't that many that actually came out, which I mean, it doesn't seem like 30 is a lot, but compared to what they're showing, like they're giving a lot of community favorites. So like W's Top Hat, Black Volk, Clear Sock Revolution, like these are really great hats that fan favorites that people really wanted for a long time. So even though there weren't that many back then, they gave a lot of good variety. They also released a lot of limiteds. They released a lot of things going back on sale, the discounts they mentioned, and they even teased new items. So that's really good. They gave a lot of hints of what's coming out, so people got excited and people were, getting ready for the sale. They're saving up. So I think that's really good. They had a lot of community involvement in the past, which was really nice from them. So yeah, they released hats like every weekend, usually like a few hats, like 5 hats or something. So, they released at a weekly pace, or just regular hats at weekly pace for like 5 hats, 6 hats. And they made items limited usually regularly as well. I'm not sure about that one, but I think they made items limited more frequently in the past. But yeah, so that's the classic Roblox. I mean, like the first generation, what they did in the past. So that brings us to the second generation, which was present day Roblox with before UGC. So before user generated content came into the catalog. So um, there are some differences with that. With that, there was less community involvement. Like the last poll they did was like almost 2 years ago already. Like they just became less involved with the community. They didn't ask as many things as I guess they should have. They just started to, really go away from the community and they didn't ask as many things. So I think that's a really big like problem. I think they should have stuck with their community and they should have continued asking questions to see what they liked, because many people were started complaining. Many people started to dislike sales because they didn't really see things that they were excited about. So I think the community involvement part was really taken away from that, so that really sucked. Another major change, I guess, they stopped releasing items in preparation for you to see. So they just, President's Day sale 2019 was really the last point they had with items, and they started to go down and down in number with items every week, and then they just stopped. So this is their point. This is the second generation where they stop releasing items every week. So there's no more regular Roblox items. The only items they release now are discounts for like a holiday or something like that, or during a sale where they release like 5 items. So they don't have that many things. Like events are gone. We can't get any more icons. We can't get any more things like that. Sponsors is basically the only thing we can also get. So they really stopped releasing items. They really stopped caring about the catalog. They really handed it to the developers, which brings me to the third generation, which is the current generation we are in for the catalog. So that is UGC for developers and builders. So they decided to, pass the catalog, the ownership of the catalog over to the developers, and they let them handle like hats and stuff like that and make their own sales and things like that. So that was a pretty big change. They also renamed the catalog to Avatar Shop. So I think it's like a minor change. Like for old people, I don't think that older players in Roblox, I don't think that they like that change. I think they have like a special place in their heart, like for the catalog. Now it's just called Avatar Shop. But for newer players, I think that's a good idea because like when I joined Roblox, I did for like 7 months. I had no idea what a catalog was. I had no idea what that meant. But now it says Avatar Shop. I was like, oh my god, Avatar is like my outfit, my things like my hats and stuff. So maybe that's where I can buy hats. I think that's easier for newer players to know where to buy things. So I think that's easier. But for older players, I think you really got used to catalogs. So I think that's a really sad thing for us. However, UGC, I think it's okay. They are starting to implement more things over time. So this is like the testing phase for UGC. This is like they're testing new things like timed items, limiteds, and stuff like that. Limiteds and timed items have not been implemented into UGC yet, but I think they're working on that. They are slowly adding more creators with developing and building ability to make their own hats. So I think that's pretty cool. They're continuing the reach. So right now they have like 5. They're limited. It's like 5 a week. I'm pretty sure per each creator, but it is pretty nice. We have like 40 hats a week. I think it's pretty nice that we have like an abundance of hats all the time. So it's pretty cool. However, it is making a lot of people bankrupt. 40 hats a week. That's like a lot for the catalog. I don't think many people can afford everything, and especially with all these like time items that UGC creators are making, people really want to buy everything, but they cannot afford. So I think it's making a lot of people poorer, I guess. So yeah, that's basically the third generation, which is UGC testing phases. So the fourth generation of the catalog, which we have not reached yet, but it's a prediction for the future, which is the UGC release for the public. So my guess is that they're probably gonna make like a forum, like the dev forum, but mostly for like the catalog, where they're gonna have like a survey or something, and they have to like you have to do a survey to like get like I don't know, send an invite to maybe, and then they go over it, and then they let you in. Maybe that's how I'm figuring out. That's how I guess it might happen. But yeah, so I guess that's how they're gonna release it to the public. They're just gonna make like a form or a survey, and they're gonna go over it, review it, see what your abilities are to create hats, how long it takes you to make hats, and things like that. So so the public can actually make hats because right now it's only developers and builders. And yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good thing and a bad thing because like at some point I feel like there's gonna be like 400 creators, and there's gonna be like a million hats in the catalog. Like nobody's gonna be able to afford that. Nobody's gonna be able to like buy everything. We're all gonna be poor, bankrupt, and it's gonna be kind of crazy. So I'm really interested to see how it goes out, especially with like limiteds. It's gonna really cause the stock market to go down. Everything's gonna go down. So it's kind of interesting to see how it might happen in the future. But yeah, that's the current state. I mean, that's the future state actually. So yeah, this is the 4 generations of the catalog. Basically, on Roblox's end, it kind of got worse. The sales are bad. They don't release as much items. It really sucks. I really wish they went out with the community more and they asked more questions, because now we're just left in confusion. Everything's happening and we don't know why. And all these changes that nobody likes is happening. So we're just kind of confused, and it's really disappointing to see that happen. Like things are going away and nobody really understands why. So I wish they had more community reach and they really asked us more things to see if these changes were good or bad. But yeah, that's probably the current state of the catalog. UGC is gonna be their main focus as of right now. So we'll see how UGC plays out in the future. But yeah, those are the 4 generations of the catalog. Say if you agree with me or not in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the last video of 2019. So happy new year everybody, and I'll see you guys next year. Bye everybody.